The story begins with a scene from Cretaceous period 65 million years ago, where big lizards eat smaller one and giant sharks, eating big lizard-like creatures. In present day, Jonas Taylor secretly enters in a ship. He takes photographs of the illegal disposal of hazardous radioactive material into the sea. He also takes photographs of various records on a ship. During this, he gets caught by its staff. He fights with them, but they were too many. Finally, he tries to escape from there by jumping into the sea. He is later rescued by his crew using a seaplane. He has been involved in fighting environmental crimes, while also helping Mono 1 in exploring a further deep part of the Mariana Trench, where the Megalodon had been found. Following the death of Suyin Zhang, Taylor has been raising her teenage daughter Meiying, alongside her uncle and Suyin's brother Jason Zhang, who has acquired his father's company alongside wealthy financier Hilary Driscoll. Mono 1 has also been studying a female MEG called Heike, who was discovered as a pup and trained by Jing in a reserve in Hainan. Recently, Heike has been acting erratically, leading to Jonas being concerned despite Jing's enthusiasm. Jonas and Jing led a routine submersible exploration to the trench. Meiying has hidden in the sub and goes along with them discreetly to see the trench for the first time. Fellow MEG survivors DJ and Mac observe the group from the Mono 1. On their way down into the trench, the subs are pursued by Heike. By following their heat signatures, Heike escaped captivity the previous night. The subs dive down through the thermocline to escape rapidly, but Heike forces her way through it anyway. Below, the thermocline crew finds two much larger MEGs. A massive alpha male, an apex predator, and a slightly smaller beta male. Both the subs chase MEGs into unknown territory and discover that Heike came here to mate with other MEGs. While working on an escape plan, Jonas and his team discover an illegal mining operation in a station captained by the Montes. Montes a vendetta against Jonas for his imprisonment some time before. Montes' crew was hired by Driscoll to covertly use the Mono 1's access to the trench to farm rare earth minerals that could earn them billions. Montes kills his crew in an explosion to cover up their activities, which causes a rupture in the trench ground. This causes severe landslide in the trench, and both Jonas's and Jing's ships gets damaged and buried under the ground. DJ, Mac, and fellow Mono 1 analyst Jess discover that the rescue pod has been sabotaged, forcing the crew to use exosuits to walk towards the station in the creature-filled trench, with only Jonas, Meiying, Jing and security officer Regas surviving the journey. Jess and Driscoll reveal themselves to be traitors.
If they get there,
Jess locks all four into a chamber remotely and attempt to kill the four. Later, Montes tries to kill Jonas. Jonas fights with Montes and beats him and unlocks other three crews. Afterwards, all four escape the station in another submersible.
That's our ride out of here.
Montes also escapes to the surface through a buoy. As the crew surfaces, they discover the rupture from an earlier explosion, which leads to several of the creatures, including the three MEGs, and a giant octopus escaping the trench and reaching the surface. Driscoll sends mercenaries to take over the Mono 1 operations. Montes, after surfacing, meets with Jess at Mono 1. Jess is eaten by a MEG in front of Montes. Jonas's team escapes to a nearby resort, Fun Island, to warn them of the approaching creatures. He chases crew with the mercenaries. Driscoll, Montes and the mercenaries arrive at Fun Island to eliminate Jonas's crew, but they are instead attacked by the snappers, who kill Driscoll and several mercenaries. Jonas' group splits up to evacuate the tourists, as the MEGs and the octopus begin their attack. Jonas manages to kill the beta male MEG using an explosive taped to a harpoon before being attacked by Montes, leading both to sail to the beach. The two battle before Jonas knocks Montes into the mouth of the alpha MEG to be consumed. Jing makes a bomb out of chemicals, and along with Mac, takes over Driscoll's unattended helicopter to fly towards the beach, where Meiying is trying to help tourists. Both fight with many snappers before managing to fly using helicopter. The octopus takes down the helicopter. Jing manages to injure it with his bomb. This attracts Heike, who engages in a battle with the octopus and kills it. Jiaming swims towards the helicopter wreckage to save Mac. Seeing arriving a alpha male Meg, Jonas picks up one of the helicopter's rotors and uses it to fatally impale the alpha Meg through the head. Heike heads towards Jonas, Jiaming, and Mac, but Jiaming uses his training signals to divert her attention. Heike redirects her attention to a pod of dolphins swimming away. This helps all to move to the beach. Jiaming reasons that Heike escaped captivity because it was mating season and discusses the possibility she is pregnant. Jonas decides that it is better not to think about it, and the group celebrate their survival.